And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of Culturally Conscious Communications here on the LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com networks. My name is Kitty Owadu, aka The Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT and 8 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives. We deal with entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Wednesday. It is the 4th of June, 2025 in the Western calendar. This corresponds to the year 6265 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we've realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the seventh millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on the LIB Radio, LIB TV here on livinginblack.com. I'm going to say to you, my beautiful family, from the beginning of today's conversation, I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your help seriously. Right now, it's getting overwhelming. There's so much news to tell. And I will be honest with you, things are falling apart around the studio here. In fact, as I'm speaking right now, one of the speakers just took a dive, and I don't know if I'll be able to reach it without crawling all up under the desk. One of the monitors, the second monitor, took a dive today. There's a third monitor. It's going out. I can't afford to keep the equipment up anymore. So if you would buy the books, I used to be able to live off of the books. I can no longer live off the books. Yet I still keep writing it because I feel there is a critical need for our people to have this information. I'm just going to leave it right there. I don't want to beg you. Begging and pleading day after day is not only disrespectful to the process. I mean, you don't go to NPR every day and hear them beg for money. Well, I guess you do hear them beg for money. But we don't want to lose our dignity. I will adjust. But if you can, and if you will, go to my website, keidi.biz, and purchase a book today, one book. If 10 of you would do that every day, then I'm going to be able to put everything back the way it was just a month ago, 2 months ago. We need help, and we're asking for you who regularly tune in to be a part of livinginblack.com and to help us do all the things we need to be doing. So I'm here. I'm going to be checking up from time to time on the broadcast, and we're going to do the best we can with what we've got. Today, we are going to be focusing on, did you know that you have a veritable fountain of youth in your adrenal system? Today, we explore this miraculous asset and the many different ways that you can deliberately tap into its potential to rejuvenate you, or at least prevent you from aging so rapidly. Further, there are so many ways that we injure our body's ability to rejuvenate and keep its youthful posture profile for as long as possible. Today, we focus on how to strengthen the natural system for keeping human growth hormone as high as possible, HGH. So that is the subject for today. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get into this dialogue and let's do the best we can to do the best we can. And that's what that's about. So here we go. I've got a lot of research, and also I lost one of my monitors today. So I'm on my smaller monitor on the laptop monitor, and this is a very small monitor. My bigger monitor next to it is gone out. Actually, the one that was there, I put it over there. It's on the sofa. And I went and I grabbed another one and put it in place. And the other one, I remember why I took it out of service. So now I have two large monitors side by side that do not work. Let's go into the dialogue. Human growth hormone, also known as somatotropin, is a 191 amino acid single chain polypeptide. 191 amino acid single chain polypeptide produced by somatotropic cells within the anterior pituitary gland. Originally discovered for its role in regulating growth during childhood, human growth hormone is now understood to have significant functions throughout life, including the regulation of metabolism and the maintenance of bodily functions. In childhood, HGH, human growth hormone, plays a critical role in stimulating growth by promoting the multiplication of bone and cartilage cells, particularly during puberty, which contributes to height increase. Post-puberty, HGH continues to support overall body maintenance and function. One of its key metabolic roles is to boost insulin-like growth factor 1, a hormone that controls blood sugar levels similar to insulin. This hormone, insulin-like growth factor 1, also influences the body, how the body uses food for energy, affecting fat metabolism and muscle mass. The production and release of human growth hormone are highly regulated through complex feedback mechanisms involving various factors such as stress, exercise, nutrition, sleep, and growth hormone itself. The primary regulators, I should say, include growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH, growth hormone releasing hormone, the hypothalamus, which promotes HGH production and release, somatostatin, which inhibits the release of GHRH, and human growth hormone, and ghrelin, produced in the gastrointestinal tract. Additionally, age, gender, pubertal status, meaning have you been through puberty or not, gender, pubertal status, food intake, exercise, fasting, sleep, and body composition all play important roles in modulating HGH levels. Obviously, this is a very, very important hormone we're talking about today. And I want you to listen closely, though, because what I'm reading right now is giving you little cues about what you will learn by the end of today's program that will allow you to moderate, modulate, manipulate your levels of human growth hormone. The production and release of HGH are highly regulated through complex feedback mechanisms involving various factors such as stress, exercise, sleep, and growth hormone itself. Human growth hormone is released in pulses, varying in size and duration based on daily cycles, age, and sex. Normal HGH levels for adults assigned male at birth are range from 0.4 to 10 nanograms per milliliter, or 18 to 44 picomoles per liter. While for those assigned female at birth, the range is 1 to 14 nanograms per milliliter. Again, for males, it was 0.4 to 0.10 nanograms per milliliter. And the range or 44 to 616 picomoles per liter. That's for a woman. Woman has much more human growth hormone than men. Children typically have higher levels, ranging from 10 to 50 nanograms per milliliter, or 440 to 2,200 picomoles per liter. Disruptions in HGH levels can lead to various health issues. For instance, insufficient sleep can lower your HGH levels, potentially impacting cognitive functions such as memory and thinking. Conversely, factors like amino acid supplements, fasting, and physical activity can influence HGH levels positively. So we're going to be talking about these supplements that you are going to use to optimize your HGH levels for your gender and for your age. HGH, again, as I said earlier, it's released in pulses, varying in size and duration based on daily cycles, including age and sex. Normal HGH levels for adults assigned male at birth. I think I just read this, but I'm reading it again. Let me just make sure I could have accidentally skipped up on the paper. Yeah, I did. So I'm going to pick it up from here. Disruptions in HGH levels can lead to various health issues. For instance, insufficient sleep can lower HGH levels, potentially impacting cognitive functions such as memory and learning. Conversely, factors like amino acid supplements, fasting, and physical activity can influence HGH levels positively. I didn't repeat that because that had something in it. It was fasting. That word was not in it before. So this is from a AI search engine which nearly duplicated the one before. Synthetic forms of HGH, known as somatropin, are available by prescription to treat conditions like short stature in children, and muscle wasting diseases in adults. However, these treatments are strictly regulated and not approved for anti-aging or performance enhancement due to potential side effects, including joint pain, swelling, carpal tunnel syndrome, and increased risks of diabetes and cancer. I'm going to repeat that. I'm going to repeat that whole paragraph. Synthetic forms of HGH known as somatropin, which I know a number of bodybuilders are taking somatropin wherever they get it from. They are available by prescription to treat conditions like short stature in children and muscle wasting diseases in adults. However, these treatments are strictly regulated and not approved for anti-aging or performance enhancement due to potential side effects, including joint pain, swelling, carpal tunnel syndrome, and increased risk of diabetes and increased risk of cancer. In summary, human growth hormone is a vital hormone that supports growth and metabolism throughout life, with its production and release finely tuned by numerous physiological and environmental factors. So I'm going to keep reading. This is going to get deep. And we are going to give you as many solutions for increasing your HGH naturally. Before we end the program today, I hope you do find this to be informative. Is anybody talking to me? Nobody is talking to me, but I do see lots of beautiful people. A significant number of you, beautiful family, are in the house. So who's out there? Who's going to be the first to announce yourself? Announce yourself. We'd be happy to hear you in the house today. Let's continue. We are talking about human growth hormone and how to develop it naturally. Human growth hormone plays a significant role in the aging process, influencing various physiological functions that decline with age. As individuals grow older, the natural production of HGH decreases, leading to a range of age-related changes. In youth, human growth hormone stimulates growth, cell reproduction, and regeneration, contributing to the development of bones, muscles, and organs. It also enhances metabolism, increases muscle mass, and reduces body fat. However, as people age, HGH levels typically decline, a phenomenon known as somatopause. Somatopause. This reduction is associated with several aging symptoms, including decreased muscle mass, increased body fat, reduced bone density, and diminished skin elasticity. Research suggests that declining HGH levels may contribute to the deterioration of physical and cognitive functions. For example, lower HGH levels are linked to reduced strength, endurance, and overall physical performance, which can affect mobility and quality of life in older adults. Additionally, HGH deficiency can impair cognitive functions, such as memory and processing speed, and may contribute to conditions like osteoporosis and cardiovascular disease. Yeah, that's HGH. That's why we are studying it today. Oh, it goes more. We just started. Some studies have explored the use of synthetic HGH to mitigate these effects. While HGH supplementation has shown promise in improving muscle mass, reducing body fat, and enhancing skin thickness, its long-term safety and efficacy remain controversial. Potential side effects include joint pain, swelling, and an increased risk of diabetes and certain cancers. That's synthetic HGH. In summary, the decline in HGH levels with age is closely tied to various physical and cognitive changes associated with aging. While HGH supplementation shows potential benefits, it must be approached with caution due to potential risks and a need for further research. Natural ways to boost HGH, human growth hormone production, through exercise, nutrition, and supplements include the following. Number one, exercise. High intensity exercise is particularly effective for increasing HGH levels. Activities such as repeated sprints, interval training, weight training, and circuit training can significantly spike HGH levels, both in the short term and over time. Two, regular physical activity helps optimize hormone function and reduce body fat, which can benefit HGH levels in the long run. Three, nutrition. A diet rich in protein and essential nutrients can support HGH production. Foods high in amino acids, such as turkey, chicken, fish, eggs, soybeans, and beef, can help increase HGH levels. Now, of those foods, you know me, I do not eat turkey. I do not eat chicken. I do not eat fish. I do not eat eggs. Soybeans, I'm very cautious about, and beef is not on my palate. It's not on my menu. So, therefore, I have found clean protein to be the best sources for these amino acids, which we do need a high level of amino acids. I'll drink to that. One sec. We continue. Supplements. Oh, additionally, maintaining a moderate body weight and following a nutritious diet can promote overall health and hormonal performance or hormonal balance. A balanced diet, balancing your weight, moderate body weight. That's very important. Supplements. Several supplements may help boost HGH production, though more research is needed to confirm their long-term effectiveness. These include, number one, melatonin. Supplementing with melatonin can improve sleep quality, which is crucial for HGH production. Melatonin has been shown to have a direct effect on HGH levels, but it should be taken under medical supervision. Two, amino acids. Supplements like arginine or L-arginine, ornithine, lysine, glutamine, and glycine can enhance HGH levels. L-arginine in particular can prevent muscle and bone degeneration, which are symptoms of low HGH levels. Beta alanine. Taking 4.8 grams of beta alanine before a workout can increase the number of repetitions performed, double your peak power, and boost HGH levels. Now, that's where you're getting into the realm where this stuff is banned for performance enhancement. So I would be very, very cautious about taking beta alanine before a workout. I'll be very cautious. Levodopa, L-dopa. This drug is a precursor to dopamine and can raise or normalize HGH levels. And again, I would caution to look only for natural sources of levodopa. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to take a side turn right now, copy that, and I'm going to go over here to my Brave search engine where I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 documents lined up. So this is a very intense study for us today. I'm going to ask, what is L-dopa and where is it obtained? That's the question I'm asking of search engine, and it is coming up with the following. Levodopa, also known as L-dopa, is a dopaminergic medication used primarily in the treatment of Parkinson's disease and certain other conditions like dopamine responsive dystonia and restless legs syndrome. It is the precursor to dopamine and is converted into dopamine in the brain by the enzyme aromatic L-amino acid decarboxylase, not decarbonase, decarboxylase, AAAD, also known as dopa decarboxylase. Levodopa is naturally obtained from plants, such as the velvet bean, Mucama pruriens, and can be prepared synthetically. When used medicinally, it is usually combined with a peripherally selective aromatic L-amino acid decarboxylase inhibitor, like carbidopa or benzerazide, that's not right, benzerazide, to enhance its effectiveness and reduce side effects. So to me, L-dopa sounds a little dangerous. I do think we need to explore that even more. I don't know enough about it to recommend whether people use that as an anti-aging supplement or not. What I just read does not motivate me to want to use levodopa as an anti-aging supplement. So that having been said, let's go forward again. Levodopa, L-dopa, is a precursor to dopamine and can raise or normalize HGH levels. It is important to consult with a healthcare provider before starting any new exercise regime or supplement routine to ensure safety and effectiveness. And I definitely agree with that. I'm going to go into some of these articles that I pulled up here today, and they are up in the next browser that's up on my Brave browser. And let's go through them to the best of our abilities. The first one here, I'll put up the link to it as well. The first one, normal physiology of growth hormone in normal adults. This is from the National Institutes of Health website. I'm going to push this up here into my Facebook website. I'm not going to be posting all of these links today because quite simply, it's going to be too complicated working on just one monitor. But I will push up a few of these for your benefit. Why? Because I really do care about you, my listening audience. And I'm going to push these up on YouTube. We are live on YouTube today. And for Africa One, I see you in the house. And she says, Hotep, Brother Keedy, and Global LB family, I just bought disaster preparedness. Greetings. Thank you so much, beloved. Ed L. Mack is in the house. He says greetings as well. And also, for Africa One, I was talking to someone 2 days ago, and I'm trying to remember who it was, but they knew you. They said very, very kind things about you. I remember it was a male, and I was thinking, I don't know whether he was from the US or UK, but he said he regarded you as one of his mothers. So he would therefore be younger than you. I'll have to get back with you when I figure out who that was. But he had very, very kind things to say about you and the influence that you had in his life. So I don't know whether that might ring a bell or you need more improvement or more evidence of who it was. But I agreed with everything he said, and I tried to outdo him in praising you. So that is beautiful. For Africa One, you are loved, you are appreciated, and you will soon have the very important book, Disaster Preparedness for World Wars 5 and 6. So thank you. Thank you so much, beloved. I did appeal at the beginning of today's show, and my beloved sister heard my appeal for support. And anyone else tuning in, if you are able to buy a book, I need 10 people a day to buy a book. 10 people every day to buy a book. And that's not Sister Africa, Sister for Africa One buying all of the books. This book's going to keep her busy for a minute. But I do want you all to be a beneficiary of what I do. And I do want you all to be a part of the solution. And that's very, very important. Let's go forward. We are talking about human growth hormone, and I was pasting up that link. I'm going to paste up the link one more time, and then we're going to keep going forward. I'm going to paste the link once again on this Facebook page, which is me talking to you right now live and direct. And this is the article that we are going to look at. It's entitled Normal Physiology of Growth Hormone in Normal Adults. I'm going to read the abstract and maybe the summary. Growth hormone is an ancestral hormone secreted episodically, there's no don in it, episodically. Again, growth hormone is an ancestral hormone secreted episodically from the somatotroph cells in the anterior pituitary. Since the recognition of its multiple and complex effects in the early 1960s, the physiology and regulation of GH, growth hormone, has become a major area of research interest in the field of endocrinology. In adulthood, its main role is to regulate metabolism. Pituitary synthesis and secretion of growth hormone is stimulated by episodic hypothalamic secretion of growth hormone releasing factor and inhibited by somatostatin. Insulin, like growth factor 1, IGF-1, inhibits growth hormone secretion by a negative loop at both hypothalamic and pituitary levels. In addition, age, gender, pubertal status, food, exercise, fasting, sleep, and body composition play important regulatory roles. GH acts both directly through its own growth receptors and indirectly through its own receptors and indirectly through the induced production of IGF-1. Their effects may be synergic, stimulate growth, or antagonists, as for the effect on glucose metabolism. GH stimulates lipolysis and promotes insulin resistance, whereas IGF-1 acts as an insulin agonist. The bioactivity of IGF-1 is tightly controlled by a multitude of IGF-1 binding globulins. The mechanisms to explain the insulin antagonist effect of growth hormone in humans are causally linked to lipolysis and ensuring elevated levels of circulating free fatty acids, FFA. The nitrogen retaining properties of growth hormone predominantly involve stimulation of protein synthesis, which could be either direct or mediated, direct or mediated through IGF-1 insulin or lipid intermediates. In this chapter, the normal physiology of growth hormone secretion and the effects of growth hormone on intermediary metabolism throughout adulthood, focusing on human studies, are presented. And that's the end of the abstract, and it goes on to the introduction. I'm going to skip through so much of this because it's going to be highly technical. I can tell it is. And I'm going to see if we can go down and find a summary paragraph. Conclusions. GH slash IGF-1 axis is specifically regulated and involved in a multitude of processes during all aspects of life, from interuterine growth to childhood and puberty, adulthood, and lastly, elderly periods. GH actions, directly or via its principal metabolite, insulin growth factor 1, have a wide range of physiological roles, being a metabolic active hormone in adulthood. Nutritional status of an organism dictates the effects of growth hormone, either an impairment of insulin action in the fasted state or promoting protein metabolism or anabolism, not metabolism, anabolism, protein anabolism in the feeding state. As our knowledge of the growth hormone normal physiology increases, our ability to understand and specifically target the growth hormone insulin growth factor 1 pathway for a diverse range of therapeutic processes should also increase. So that was a lot of work. It wasn't that much. I got some other documents coming up that are a little bit more complex. Let's go to the next one. And I am going to, first of all, give you the link to this one. Let me see if I can do this way. No, not that. Copy, copy. I'm going to go to, there we go. I'm looking for human growth hormone, and I'm going to copy all of this, copy, and it was a lot of work, wasn't it? And I'm going to paste it up on the Facebook page one time here, one time here, and let's post it up on the Rumble page as well. And Shabaka, I see you in the house. Greetings to you, Brother Shabaka. I hope you are in great spirits. Let me answer this question. Dwayne is in the house. He says, greetings, Baba. How do you feel about black seed oil as daily use? I feel the same way I feel about flax seed oil and hemp seed oil. I personally consider black seed oil to be on par with those two excellent sources of essential fatty acids. So if you are using black seed oil on a daily basis, Brother Dwayne, awesome, awesome, awesome. I don't even have to ask you what kind of shape you're in. I know you are in excellent shape. And I do recommend all of us consider an essential fatty acid supplement on a daily basis. There are a number of them. I had mentioned hemp seed oil, flaxseed oil. Brother Dwayne mentioned black seed oil. There is also fish oil, which I do not recommend because it's made from scraps. And there is also krill oil, which I don't not recommend. Krill oil is the cleanest oil you will be able to get from living creatures in the sea. So other than the fact that the krill is a living creature and I'm a vegan, I would, under any circumstances, recommend that a non-vegan or a vegetarian do use krill oil. Good question. That's an all-star question, Brother Dwayne. I appreciate love you for that. We got a good size audience today. Human growth hormone function is our topic for today. And I'm going to go right back into the research. This document is entitled Physiology Growth Hormone. Introduction. Human growth hormone, also known as somatotropin, is a 191 amino acid single chain polypeptide produced by somatotropic cells within the anterior pituitary gland. As its name implies, scientists originally found it to be responsible for growth regulation during childhood. However, research has determined that HGH is also responsible for the regulation of many of the body's other basal metabolic functions and operates as an acute phase stress reactant. I'm going to keep going. Human growth hormone is produced via the anterior pituitary of the brain in the acidophile somatotropic cells. Its production is tightly regulated through several complex feedback mechanisms in response to stress, exercise, nutrition, sleep, and the growth hormone itself. The primary regulation factors are growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH, produced in the hypothalamus, somatostatin, produced in various tissues throughout the body, and ghrelin, which is produced in the gastrointestinal tract. Growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH, functions to promote HGH production and release. Somatostatin inhibits the release of growth hormone releasing hormone by somatostatin, as well as the human growth hormone release response to GHRH stimulus and increases in hypoglycemia. Ghrelin is a hormone produced by the stomach as part of a hunger response. Functionally, the ghrelin response is protective against hypoglycemia. When elevated, ghrelin binds to somatotrophs to stimulate human growth hormone secretion. Insulin, like growth factor 1, also acts to inhibit HGH by both directly inhibiting somatotrophic HGH release and directly through synergistically increasing the release of somatotropin. Additionally, HGH, and bear with me, I want to increase the text size here. Additionally, HGH will negatively feed back into the hypothalamus, thus decreasing GHRH production. The net effect of this regulatory mechanism produces a pulsatile release of human growth hormone into circulation that varies hourly. In general, human growth hormone levels will be increased in childhood, spike up to their highest levels during puberty, and subsequently decrease with age. It's going to be a little more technical here. HGH induces growth in nearly every tissue and organ in the body. However, it is most notorious for its growth promoting effect on cartilage and bone, especially in the adolescent years. Chondrocytes and osteoblasts receive signals to increase replication and thus allow for growth in size via HGH's activation of the mitogen activated protein MAP kinases designated ERKs, which stands for extracellular signal reducing kinases, 1 and 2 cellular signal pathways. Activation of this phosphorylation intracellular signaling cascade results in a cascade of protein activation, which leads to increased gene transcription of the affected cells and ultimately causes increased gene replication and cellular growth. Insulin-like growth factor 1, insulin-like growth factor 1 binds to its receptor, IGF-1R, on the cellular surface and activates a tyrosine kinase mediated intracellular signaling pathway that phosphorylates various proteins intracellularly, leading to increased metabolism, anabolism, and cellular replication and division. Furthermore, it acts to inhibit apoptosis of the cell, thus prolonging the lifespan of existing cells. The net result is to encourage the growth of tissue and to create a hyperglycemic environment in the body. It goes on, and I'm now going to the summary, the last paragraph. And there's one more paragraph before it, gigantism. This illness is very similar to acromegaly in all aspects, except the underlying pituitary adenoma develops before the closure of long bone epiphysis. Therefore, bone growth occurs in long bones such as the tibia, fibula, femur, humerus, radius, and ulna. Since epiphyseal closure occurs before adulthood, this is typically an illness with an onset seen in children. The organ and metabolic impacts are similar to acromegaly. And lastly, HGH deficiency. In children, idiopathic, meaning of unknown cause, Human growth hormone deficiency is the most common. In adult onset, human growth hormone deficiency is typically present as a constellation of hypopituitary deficiencies. The triggering incident is typically a pituitary adenoma, most likely a prolactinoma. However, other treatments, such as radiation therapy or surgery, might be the cause. Childhood onset is associated with decreased growth of all skeletal structures, leading to dwarfism. Adult onset HGH deficiency is less easily diagnosed as it has no single identifying feature that is pathogenomic. How typical adults have decreased skeletal muscle and increased fat mass in visceral tissue, meaning of the stomach, and as well as decreased bone density and remodeling, which leads to osteoporosis. Dyslipidemia and insulin resistance are prevalent, which lead to secondary cardiovascular dysfunction, depressed mood, increased anxiety, and a lack of energy. And also, when they talk about dyslipidemia and insulin resistance, they're talking about the development of the metabolic syndrome disease called diabetes. So that is a consequence of HGH deficiency that we heard about in the other parts of today's study. So that was a relatively short article. I did skip over parts of it. I'm going to now go into Wikipedia, and I am going to copy and I'm going to paste this link. I hope you don't mind, but today we are spending extra time on this particular subject because it does deserve it. So here it is on Wikipedia. I'm going to post it up for our YouTube listeners, even though I don't see anyone on YouTube today. And, well, I can't really tell. There's one other person other than myself, I think, on YouTube, but I can't really tell. And I'm going to post this up on the Facebook as well. And this link reads as follows. Human growth hormone from Wikipedia. Where we at? We're over here. Wikipedia. Growth hormone or human growth hormone. HGH redirects here. So this is humans we're talking about, growth hormone. Growth hormone, or GH, somatotropin, is also known as human growth hormone, or HGH, in its human form. It is a peptide hormone that stimulates growth, cell production, and cell regeneration in humans and other animals. It is thus important in human development. Growth hormone also stimulates production of insulin-like growth factor 1 and increases the concentration of glucose and free fatty acids. It is a type of mitogen which is specific only to the receptors on certain types of cells. GH is a 191 amino acid single chain polypeptide that is synthesized, stored, and secreted by somatotropic cells within the lateral wings of the anterior pituitary gland. A recombinant form of HGH, meaning it's synthetically created, called somatropin, INN, I don't know what that means, an international proprietary name, somatotropin, is used to treat children's growth disorders and adult growth hormone deficiency. In the United States, it is only available legally from pharmacies by prescription from a licensed health care provider. In recent years in the United States, some healthcare providers are prescribing growth hormone in the elderly to increase vitality. While legal, the efficacy and safety of this use for HGH has not been tested in a clinical trial. Many of the functions of HGH remain unknown, and though it has been tested in clinical trials, because they do say that HGH has been shown to increase the risk of diabetes and cancer. So they would not have known that without the studies. We go forward. Its role as an anabolic agent. HGH has been used by competitors in sports since at least 1982 and has been banned by the International Olympic Committee and National Collegiate Athletic Association. Traditional urine analysis does not detect doping with HGH, so the ban was not enforced until the early 2000s when blood tests that could distinguish between natural and artificial HGH were starting to be developed. Blood tests conducted by WADA at the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, Greece, targeted primarily HGH. Use of the drug for performance enhancement is not currently approved by the Federal Drug Administration. Growth hormone has been used in raising livestock more efficiently in industrial agriculture, and several efforts have been made to obtain government approval to use growth hormone in livestock production. These uses have been controversial. In the United States, the only FDA-approved use of GH for livestock is the use of a cow-specific form of growth hormone called bovine somatotropin for increasing milk production in dairy cows. Retailers are permitted to label containers of milk as produced with or without bovine somatotropin. Now, wait a minute. Yeah, could this be the link between increased consumption of dairy to cancers? Cancers of the prostate, breast cancer, colorectal, stomach cancer that have been significantly increasing? I would say probably, but has it been truly studied? This is the place where I would normally go to my AI and search for the use of somatropin in dairy industry and capital A and D, the rise of cancer risk in the U.S. population. Describe in 200 words. And I just typed in that one. I hit the button for artificial intelligence, and here is what came up. I'm seeing this for the first time. Somatotropin cancer risk. The use of somatotropin, also known as bovine growth hormone, in the dairy industry has been a subject of debate regarding its potential impact on cancer risk in the U.S. population. Somatotropin is a hormone that stimulates milk production in cows. Recombinant bovine somatotropin, or BST, is a synthetic version production. The synthetic version was introduced to increase milk yields. However, concerns have been raised about the safety of RBST, particularly its potential to increase insulin like growth factor 1 levels in milk, which has been linked to cancer risk. While some studies suggest that higher IGF-1 levels may be associated with an increased risk of certain cancers, such as breast, prostate, and colorectal cancer, the evidence is not conclusive. The Food and Drug Administration has stated that milk from RBST treated cows is safe for human consumption and does not differ significantly from milk from untreated cows in terms of nutritional quality or hormone levels. Despite this, consumer concerns led to a growing demand for BRBST free dairy products. Many dairy producers and retailers now offer RBST free options. And some countries, including Canada and the European Union, have banned the use of RBST due to animal welfare and public health concerns. In summary, while the use of RBST in the dairy industry has raised concerns about cancer risk, the scientific consensus is that the evidence is not strong enough to establish a definitive link in the United States. Nonetheless, consumer preferences and regulatory actions continue to influence the use of RBST in dairy production. So there you have it. RBST use in dairy is still allowed in the United States, and American agricultural scientists, dairy scientists, say there's no difference. No difference at all. It's perfectly safe. But you can't get it in Canada. Canada and the European Union are banning dairy products from the United States where RBST is being used. That's the truth. I'm not making that stuff up. Somatotropin cancer risk. I'm going to copy that and I'm going to cut and paste it in my research for today. Human growth hormone. I'm going to paste that in here for today. And I'm also going to give you the reference to one of these articles. Real quickly, reference to the articles are here. I want that reference from the third one. This is entitled Viral Copy Pasta Posts Mislead About Cancer Calluses, and it says other things, but let me just give you this one. This is what it says. I'm quoting it. Viral copy paste posts mislead about cancer causes and testing, promoting unproven cancer remedies such as ivermectin, veritable alkaline water, and vitamin B17. Now that's not the same article. Deny cookies. And here is the article. And it's got a picture of Robert Kennedy up. So this is crazy. It says in late 2025, copy pasta, meaning copy and paste, posts containing multiple claims about cancer went viral on Facebook. The term copy pasta is an internet slang for a block of text that is directly copied and pasted many times across social media platforms. These messages often call on users to share this information to others in their circle. Now, it doesn't say anything about RBST. I'm going to find on the page because I'm not interested in if it's not going to get to the subject. RBST is not even in the document. So I don't know why this showed up, but I'm just going to neutralize that. And let's see if we can find the article. Yeah, we can find it. It's right here. Oncology pharmacy practice in the US. Results of a comprehensive nationwide surgery. That's important. And the second one it comes up with is the same viral copy pasta. So I'm going to skip that second one and go right to the first one, which is right here. Oncology practice, oncology pharmacy practice in the US, results of a comprehensive nationwide survey. This is just a survey, it's not even real research. Study was designed to describe the landscape of oncology pharmacy practice at patient facing institution healthcare organizations throughout the US. And it's not even on the subject. So, went down the wrong pathway. And I got to question the resource that gave me all of that, which was not even useful. We're going to go next. We were at Wikipedia. Now we're going to go to human growth hormone. What is HGH? And this is pretty much what we read to you a little bit earlier. I'm going to repeat a little bit of it right now, not a whole lot of it. Where we at? Where we at? From WebMD. Now let me double check this. Some WebMD. Yeah, this is it. This is entitled Human Growth Hormone from WebMD. Copy. And I'm going to cut and paste this here. I'm going to paste it on YouTube. I'm going to paste it on Rumble. And I do see a few comments have come in. Dwayne is in the house. How about creatine? Ah, I like that. That's a good question, Dwayne. Creatine is an amino acid. Creatine is part of my routine. I don't use it daily, but I will use it several times a week. Creatine is a part of my regenerative medicine therapy, of my a result, a consequence of my spending 3 different sessions of stimulating my own stem cells. And I probably need to do this class again very soon. I have a detox class coming up, and I'm wondering if I should be combining the classes or keep them separate from each other. Personally, I like combining the classes because it allows me to learn very fast. But creatine is an amino acid that is part of our body regenerating its stem cells. So therefore, a link between creatine and human growth hormone is probably going to be very clear. Let me see if I can find that. Creatine and capital A and D, HGH production. And let me just real quickly search that out. And I'm going to do this in AI. And what comes up is the following: creatine and human growth hormone production. Overview of creatine. Creatine is a naturally occurring compound found in muscle cells where it helps produce energy during high intensity exercise. It is commonly taken as a supplement to enhance athletic performance, increase muscle mass, and improve recovery. The body synthesizes creatine from amino acids primarily in the liver, kidneys, and pancreas. It can also be obtained from dietary sources such as red meat and fish. The effects of creatine on muscle growth. Research indicates that creatine supplementation can lead to increased muscle strength and mass, particularly when combined with resistance training. This is primarily due to its role in replenishing ATP, adenosine triphosphate, the energy currency of cells, allowing for more intense and prolonged workouts. Overview of human growth hormone. HGH is a peptide hormone produced by the pituitary gland that plays a crucial role in body growth, composition, metabolism, and muscle development. It stimulates growth in children and adolescents and helps maintain tissues and organs throughout life. HGH levels naturally decline with age, and low levels can lead to decreased muscle mass and increased body fat. The relationship between creatine and HGH production: one, exercise induced HGH release. Intense exercise, particularly resistance training, stimulates the release of HGH. Since creatine enhances exercise performance, it may directly contribute to increased HGH levels by allowing individuals to train harder and longer. Potential synergistic effects. Two, some studies suggest that creatine supplementation may enhance the effects of exercise on HGH secretion. By improving workout intensity and volume, creatine could lead to greater HGH release during and after exercise sessions. Body composition influence. Reducing body fat, especially abdominal fat, associated with improved HGH, is associated with improved HGH production. And that abdominal fat, that's a metabolic syndrome disease. Since creatine can aid in muscle gain and fat loss when combined with a proper diet and exercise regimen, it may also help optimize HGH levels indirectly. And four, diet and lifestyle factors. Factors such as diet, sleep, and fasting play significant roles in HGH production. For instance, intermittent fasting has been shown to significantly increase HGH levels. While creatine does not directly influence HGH production, its role in enhancing physical performance can contribute to a lifestyle that promotes higher HGH levels. Conclusion: while creatine does not directly increase HGH production, its ability to enhance exercise performance can lead to greater HGH release during workouts. Additionally, by supporting muscle growth and fat loss, creatine may help create an environment conducive to optimal HGH levels. For those considering creatine supplementation, it is advisable to consult with a healthcare provider, especially if there are underlying health conditions. And yeah, I do agree with them. And creatine, definitely, I definitely recommend creatine with your strategy or any strategy to build on human growth hormone. That's a great question, man. I appreciate that answer. And I'm going to just push this up here. Creatine and human growth hormone. Overview of creatine. Naturally produced, da 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 da. Overview of human growth hormone. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to begin to wrap it up here in just a little while. We got more time. And let me tell you, this is such an important topic today, such a relevant topic for today. And love it, love it, love it. And what we're going to do right now, I'm going to go once again into my studies on this. We talked about that human growth hormone from WebMD. I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm not even halfway through them. So this is entitled 10 Ways to Boost Human Growth Hormone Naturally. I'm just going to go through these real quick. Diet changes, such as reducing sugar, exercising regularly, and certain supplements may help naturally increase levels of human growth hormone. It goes on. Here are 10 evidence-based ways to increase human growth hormone levels naturally. Naturally is the key. Number one, lose the body fat. In summary, Reducing excess body fat, especially around your belly, may help you optimize human growth hormone levels and improve overall health. Number two, fast intermittently. Summary: fasting may increase HGH levels, though more research is needed on shorter 12 and 16-hour fasts. Those are called intermittent fasting. And a 3-day water fast from the evening of the first day through the rest of the fast increases your human growth hormone from hour 18 on through hour 72. So if you or anyone you know can engage in a 3-day water fast, it's a good thing. And I do that. I do it every day. An intermittent water fast, I do it every day. I do the 3-day water fast. I have one coming up in 2 weeks. Number three, consider an arginine supplement. In summary, some studies have shown that L-arginine supplements may influence growth hormone production. However, more research is needed. Number four, reduce your sugar intake. Consuming large amounts of refined carbs and sugar can increase insulin levels, which can alter HGH production. Therefore, aim to eat a balanced diet and limit your intake of refined carbs and added sugar. I say eliminate the refined carbohydrates to the best of your abilities and eliminate adding sugar. Consider taking a GABA supplement. That's gamma aminobutyric acid, GABA, amino acid found in the brain. In summary, one study found that GABA supplements could increase HGH production. Limited research also suggests that it could improve sleep quality, which could potentially increase HGH levels. However, more research is needed. So getting a GABA supplement might be, should be, would be a good way of boosting your HGH production. I'm going to post this up as a link here because I have one friend who's always asking me about GABA or about sleep studies, etc. So GABA, I'll pick that up a little bit later. Here we are. Let's go back. We're at Healthline. Try aerobic exercises. And aerobic means it stimulates your blood, your cardiovascular, and your consumption of oxygen. Some studies have found that high intensity exercise can increase HGH levels. However, more other types of exercises, including moderately intense exercise, can also be beneficial. Number seven, consider taking a sports drink around your workouts. While more research is needed, some studies have found that sports drinks or protein carbohydrate supplements could increase short-term human spikes, hormone spikes, during or after a workout. Let me reread that. While more research is needed, some studies have found that sports drinks or protein carbohydrate supplements could increase short-term human growth hormone spikes during or after a workout. Number eight, optimize your sleep. Focus on optimizing your sleep quality to support HGH production. Most adults should also aim for at least 7 hours of quality sleep per night. Number nine, consider a melatonin supplement. Melatonin supplements can enhance sleep, which may increase your body's natural HGH production. And number 10, consider other natural supplements. They include glutamine. One older study found 2-gram dose of glutamine could temporarily increase HGH levels. Creatine, according to one study, In sprinters and long distance runners, creatine supplementation increased HGH levels after 6 weeks, and ornithine. One 2010 study gave participants ornithine 30 minutes after exercise and found a greater peak in HGH levels. Several natural supplements increase the production of HGH. However, more high quality research is needed to understand whether these supplements can cause a long-term increase in HGH or are more effective than other approaches such as exercise or sleep. So that's it. There's a bottom line, certain supplementary here, but that's a good article right there. I'm going to keep going. This next article is from Desur. It's entitled 8 Ways to Boost Natural Human Growth Hormone. 8 ways. So I talked about earlier, we found 10 ways. And did I have that article up here? I did find it. And this one is from a different website. And I don't know if I have this one. That was 10 ways. And this one is 8 ways. Here it is, right here. 8 ways to boost human growth hormone naturally. And I'm going to cut and paste this one up on the Facebook. Paste. I'm going to paste it on my page today. Paste. I'm going to paste it up on the Rumble. Paste, and lastly, paste it up on YouTube right there as well. So let's go on. And article is entitled 8 Ways to Boost Human Growth Hormone Naturally. Written by Sushant Nayar. Human growth hormone, an important hormone produced by your pituitary gland. I'm going to skip all of that. Number 1, lose body fat. Conclusion, get rid of excess body fat, especially around your belly, to optimize your HGH levels and improve your health. Number 2, fast intermittently. Fasting can significantly increase HGH levels, though more research is needed on shorter fasts. Number 3, try an arginine supplement, same as the other. Higher doses of arginine may improve growth hormone production, but not when taken around exercise. Number 4, reduce your sugar intake. Elevated insulin levels may reduce HGH production. Therefore, limit your intake of large amounts of sugar and refined carbohydrates. Number 5, don't eat a lot before bedtime. More research is needed on the effects of nighttime fasting on HGH. Still, it may be best to avoid food 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Number 6, exercise at a high intensity. Exercise provides a large spike in HGH. High intensity training is the best form of exercise to increase human growth hormone levels. Number 7, take beta alanine or a sports drink around your workouts. Beta alanine, carbs, and protein may increase short-term growth hormone spikes during or after a workout. And number 8, optimize your sleep. Avoid blue light exposure before bedtime. Read a book in the evening. Make sure your bedroom is in a comfortable temperature. Don't consume caffeine late in the day. And it says, focus on optimizing sleep and quality and aim for 7 to 10 hours of quality sleep per night. That is the bottom line. So that's pretty good. We're next going to go to one more. How do you increase your human growth hormone levels? How do you increase your human growth hormone? It goes on and on and on and on and on. And now it's talking about solutions which include, it said these are natural ways to stimulate HGH production and maintain optimal levels as you age. Number one, optimize your sleep. Number two, try intermittent fasting. Number three, include melatonin rich foods. Melatonin rich foods include tart cherries, almonds, and walnuts. And also, you can consider melatonin supplements to support HGH production further. Number four, incorporate high intensity interval training. Number five, add GABA and amino acids to your diet. It talked about GABA and it also talked about creatine, the amino acid. Number six, manage stress and limit high glycemic foods. Number seven, consider hormone therapy. And it goes on and on and on and on. There's a little bit more of this. It says, what is HGH? It's a video that's going to come up right now, and it is 7 minutes long. So what I'll do is I'll share the link to the video, copy the video link, and it is, I'm going to paste that up here. I'm going to paste it up here here it is on YouTube. I paste it up there. Here it is on the Facebook page. I'm going to paste this up on my Facebook page. Where are we at? Here he is. And that's going to give you a pretty good clue of how do you increase your human growth hormone levels. That's the video of the article I was just reading. And I think we just got that. How do you increase your human growth hormone levels? And 10 ways to boost human growth hormone naturally. And I'm going to stop at this point. So bear with me. I'm going to just copy, cut, and paste this. There you are there. I'm going to copy, cut, and paste it here. And put it up on a Rumble page. And lastly, I'm going to put it up on my YouTube. And I'm going to read from the article, and then we are out of here for today. "10 ways to boost human growth hormone naturally." Diet changes, such as reducing sugar, exercising regularly, and certain supplements, may help naturally increase levels of human growth hormone. This is from healthline.com. Number one, lose body fat. Reducing excess body fat, especially around the belly, can help optimize HGH levels and improve overall health. Fast intermittently. I may have read this one already. It looks, I did read it. Just a couple. I have the link up here twice. So next, we're going to go to 9 ways to boost growth hormone. We lost one, but I'm going to share this with you. And 9 ways to boost human growth hormone. Here is the link. And here are the links for you to get access to it. 9 ways to boost human growth hormone. And I hope you don't mind. I like sharing these links. Hope you don't mind. If you do, if you're troubled by it, don't want me to waste my time, your time, our time doing this, you have to let me know. Some of you may not like it. Some of you may love it. So what I'm going to do right now, this is the last one I'm going to share with you today. 9 ways to boost human growth hormone from February 2020. Who was this written by? I don't have an author here. This is from DFW, anti-aging wellness centers. So, number one, lose weight. Two, sleep well. Three, reduce sugar intake. Four, perform high intensity exercises. Five, take melatonin supplements. Six, take amino acids, such as examples of amino acids are L-arginine, ornithine, and arginine, and lysine. Arginine and lysine, that's the L-arginine, glutamine, and glycine. Be sure to check with your doctor before taking amino acids. Eat protein, high quality protein. Very important. And I do recommend clean protein. We did talk about the krill oil, other oils such as uh, hemp seed oil, flaxseed oil, black seed oil, krill. These are all very, very good oils. I do not recommend fish oil because fish oil is made from, too often is made from waste products, the scraps, fish scraps left over. I'm not into that. Two symptoms of low HGH levels are, well, two symptoms, I don't know what that is. Oh, muscle and bone degeneration. So high quality foods are very important. Try bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Bioidentical hormones are the ones that are naturally reflect what is already made by your body. And then there is hormone therapy in Northeast Texas, which is what the website is. Dallas Fort Worth antiagingwellness.com is what this is. And enough respect to Dallas and Fort Worth for having your own. You know something? We went through it all today, and I think we got it all in. There were a couple more links there. Naturally increasing the human growth hormone is, I have that link from Quality Care Cairo. I'm going to push that link up. And we are going to go ahead and finish it up for today. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Thank everyone who tunes in. You do trust me to bring you the best information available. And I appreciate, love you for putting that trust in your brother. I do want to appeal to every one of you to support us. It's falling apart over here. I'm being honest. It's getting real raggedy around the edges. I had 1, 2, 3 monitors. 2 of them went out. One of them went out before, and I pulled it out the garage to see if it worked. It did not. Another one went out today. Another one is going out. It's going to be out here in a little bit. And I do see, for some odd reason, it stopped. And I don't think it's going to get started again. Yeah, the computer crashed. So that's that. And we continue, we're doing the best we can with what we've got. This weekend, if you are in or around Las Vegas or even Southern California, we invite you to come through. I'm going to be hosting another Living Superfood First Saturday feast at our house here in the Desert Shores region of Las Vegas. It's a beautiful home. You need to come by and see it. And the seats are $40. You get a seat at the table. We're going to have a lot of vegan dishes. It's going to be an awesome spread. But we haven't gotten people to sign up yet. It's going to be this Saturday. I will send out an email blast, or if you want, you can text me to learn more about what we're going to do this weekend. We're going to be having a feast, and I do highly encourage all of you to participate along with your brother in the Living Superfood Feast. It's going to be all of that. So, on that note, we are out of here, and let's play the bumper music. And I hope you thought today was a good program. If it was a good program and you think we deserve to stay in business and not go out and be like, unfortunately, all the other African American owned, Black owned, internet based radio stations, they're all gone now. I think. No, they're not all gone. But many of the ones we have been allied with for so long have disappeared. They have gone away. And we have to ask the question, what do we deserve? Do we deserve to have our own? Do we deserve for ours to be here for us for as long as others have had theirs? We were here first. Or should we just be run out of business? There's a lot to think about as we move into our destiny. I want to thank you all for being part of today's conversation. We couldn't do what we do here on LIB Radio without you. And so we encourage each and every one of you to take a hand in it, take responsibility for it. Let's build it together. Now, I keep saying this, but you're not doing anything. The numbers are growing so slow. I'm not blaming you because you're here. You are hearing my words. But I do want to see us be successful. So let's not stop trying. Let's stay tuned. Let's stay focused. And let's imagine we are the ones to change and transform the world. Because that is a beautiful thing. Here on your favorite, we aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio. We are livinginblack.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.